Good evening, Old Tell here, and welcome to the Monkeys with Fire Magma Fist Awards 2021. It was a joy to co-host last year's event, and I'm delighted to be with you all again tonight. Sat here, talking with you now, reminds me of my time on the radio, greeting the UK public each morning on the BBC. Our younger international viewers may not recognise my voice, as it has been a while since I was on the airwaves. Those who do might remember me from presenting an annual children's charity telethon or a half-baked European singing event. I also excelled, if I do say so myself, as a talk show host and game show presenter, but is on the wireless Wi-Fi most at home. Presenting over the internet is much like back in the day, the same, but different. As I look, I can see a lot of familiar faces in the chat from last year's event. Hello to Chris, Lorna, Ambadon, Roger, and Paranoid Spectre. I hope you're not paranoid tonight though, it's nearly Christmas. And welcome to Super Sarah. And of course, a warm welcome to all our new viewers. Before we get started with tonight's show, we have a few technical aspects to check. Firstly, can you see the picture and hear me? If not, try resetting your browser or reloading the app. To truly enjoy this evening's awards, now is the time to cast the stream onto your super high definition 4K TV. We spared no expense on the production. After all, this is not like blankety blank. To show your appreciation to the nominees and winners, I'm told there are various emoji commands that you can type in chat. Let's try exclamation clap. Now try exclamation hype. Excellent. All working. Now, are you all seated comfortably? Are you ready? Then here we go.
Good evening and welcome to the Monkeys with Fire Magma Fist Awards 2021. You join me tonight for a special star-studded event to acknowledge and celebrate the outstanding achievements of miniature painters throughout the year, plus some special awards to recognise those that help make the MWF community one of the best. During the evening, I'll be joined by special guest presenters and judges, with awards being generously sponsored by top designers, studios and publishers from across the hobby industry. The quality of entrants this year has been outstanding, and whilst the judges' decisions have been made independent of each other, they have shared one voice in saying that selecting nominees and winners has been a challenge in its own right. We have a packed show ahead of us, and so, on to the first category. Presenting our first award is a judge who played a pivotal role in the creation of the Monkeys with Fire channel, as he first introduced me to miniature painting live on Twitch. His unique, laid-back approach to teaching both air and paintbrush techniques had me hooked and entertained from day one. He is an exceptional artist, and I am so honoured that he was able to join us this evening.
Yo, dog, Kenny Boucher here, Next Level Painting. Hey, hitting you up on the literal best of all painting competitions. I'll take this moment to introduce myself. I am indeed a content creator in the miniature space on the internet. Been doing it for about 11 years. Started as a commission painter, so I understand attainability and sustainability. Not the best painter on the internet, but I have dedicated my life to this hobby. Typically, I get these opportunities to promote myself, so you can check me out on Twitch, next_level_painting. Just type next level painting in a Google search. You'll probably find my YouTube channel and etc. And of course, I'm on the Long War podcast. I was approached and asked to judge two categories which are near and dear to my heart. Fantasy or sci-fi vehicle. Pretty solid right there. And of course, technical painting. I'm a big fan of both of these categories. I love techniques. And of course, I love giant sci-fi instruments of war. As far as my criteria goes, we can all acknowledge there's a degree of subjectivity in painting competitions. Now, I'm not trying to eliminate that. I feel that kind of the purpose of art has always been competitive. Now, competition allows you to improve and get better as you surround yourself with your contemporaries and your peers. So don't take anything too personally, but here's some of my criteria. I'll look for contrast above all. It is of my opinion that contrast is the only objective rule in art. Can't have songs, music, paintings without it. Contrast isn't just based on values, based on colors. It's based on juxtaposition. So many concepts. If you can't see it, hear it, or understand it, it's bad art. I personally have a flair for a ton of contrast, right? I love it. I love going over the top, but I am going to try to tamp that down, okay? I'm not going to just use that solely for my decision making, but I am looking at solid contrast. It's very important to me, while also the effort in execution. And I will take into other things like consideration, like bases, awesome dioramas, intriguing things that I never would have thought of. You know, like I'm really coming into it with an open mind. Now, specifically in the two categories I've been asked to judge, I will be looking at slightly different things. In the sci-fi or fantasy vehicle category, which is very miniature centric, I'm going to be looking for some of my more classic criteria. Okay. Can I see it? Does it have good contrast? Is it executed well? Solid edge highlights, solid pen wash. At the end of the day, is like the dark stuff dark, is the bright stuff bright, is the paint in the right place. And then beyond that, was there some solid effort and anything bonus? Maybe some tiebreaker effort. You know, it's hard to say what the tiebreaker kind of way I think it's going to be until I actually look at these things. We're going to keep it classy with these nominations, okay? For sci-fi or fantasy vehicle. Ito paints miniatures with his Castigator, Games Workshop, Night Titan, Giant Killer Robot. Paint Lab Tofuti with a Castellan, Games Workshop, Imperial Night Titan, Killer Robot. Nighthawk with a Tactical Armored Sphinx from Corvus Belli. Miniature Painter with an Orc War Boss on bike from Games Workshop. And our winner is Nighthawk with the Tactical Armored Sphinx from Corvus Belli. While all the miniatures were amazing, I truly enjoyed looking at them all. These became my top 4. The freehand deployed by Ito Paints miniatures on his Castigator was incredible. The grimdark vibe was insane. Paint Lab Tofuti deployed on a similar style model, incredibly crisp contrast and laser edges. My bias was triggered, right? Especially with 2 giant GW robots. I couldn't let just the fact that something was big and crazy and incredible be what, made the decision. So I was trying to be as open-minded as possible. And then when I clicked on Nighthawk's image of that tactical armored Sphinx, he kind of combined the elements of all of my stuff, right? Like super crisp lines, high level contrast. He did have some nice blends and intriguing gleaming effects built into the model, while also using incredibly saturated colors. The contrast was on point. The effects were clean and deployed with effort. So that is why Nighthawk took this category. But shout out to all the nominees and all the entries.
Congratulations, Nighthawk! Thanks to Reaper Miniatures for sponsoring this award, you will receive 2 random packs of their Master Series paint triads, perfect sets of shadow, midtone, and highlight. Our next award is sponsored by a studio that creates truly outstanding heroes and villains, monsters and creatures. This talented group of artists digitally sculpt incredibly intricate, high-quality models full of detail and life, each with a compelling narrative to fuel your painting imagination.
Hey everyone, my name is Caleb Goodson and I'm the creative director for 3D Art Digital. 3D Art Digital is an international team of writers and artists who come together and make fantastic miniatures for 3D printers. You can find us on patreon.com/3dartdigital. Alright, so the category that I will be judging will be called Fantasy or Sci-Fi Large Monster / Creature. Now, to make my decision, you have to look at what a miniature painter is supposed to be doing. What we're doing is we're telling a small story in sort of an action scene. So to do that, we need to use different styles and different painting techniques, weathering, glow effects, highlighting, shading, things of that nature. See, we're not just painting a model, we're doing a small action scene. And that was what I wanted to see in this category. And the winner won based upon the number of techniques I saw in practice. Now we're going to look at our first nominee in this particular category. And that is Gazcool, painted by Edo Paints Miniatures. And so our second nominee is the Lord Executioner, painted by Ogarig Miniatures. All right, and our next nominee is the Walrus Man, painted by Super Sarah 1313. And now our last nominee is the Pegasus by Jinxed Art. All right, everyone, and now the moment you've been waiting for. The winner of this particular category is the Lord Executioner by Ogarig Miniatures. Ogarig showed a lot of different techniques, and he went the extra mile by creating a little background. Great work, well-deserved. Congratulations, Ogarig.
Congratulations, Ogarig Miniatures! Thanks to 3D Art Digital, you'll receive a monstrous aquatic bundle of creatures and heroes from the underwater kingdom of Corallan, featuring the terrifying Sanguine Serpent. The judge of the Best Sci-Fi Miniature 54-75mm category has been an integral part of the Monkeys with Fire community, sharing his knowledge of miniature painting with viewers and myself alike. It has always been a pleasure watching him work as he explains the theory behind the practical application at every stage. Through his teachings, I and so many others like me have become better painters due to his passion for the hobby.
Hey guys, it's me, it's Pascal Rose. Most of you still know me from my time with Monkeys with Fire. I'm a teacher by day, and in the off hours I'm a professional hobbyist. If you want to see anything that I'm working on, then follow my socials, most notably instagram.com/PascalRose. This is the category for Sci-Fi single miniature, 54 or 75 millimeters. In this category, I've been looking at two things mostly. First one is execution. How well did you use your techniques, and how well did you make use of opportunities offered by the model? The next thing I was looking for is how well did you capture the feel of science fiction in your model with the colors and the presentation of it itself. And these are the nominees for Sci-Fi single miniature, 54 or 75 millimeters. Lawnor with Malkas. Arcus 84 with Lord of Lust. Rob the Banks with CP New Skin. And Edo Paints Miniatures with Gunslinger. And the winner for Best Sci-Fi Single Miniature 54 or 75 millimeters is Arcus 84 with Lord of Lust. Congratulations, man. Very, very well done and really well executed.
Congratulations, Arcus 84. Thanks to Reaper Miniatures for sponsoring this award, you'll receive 2 random packs of their Master Series paint triads, perfect sets of shadow, midtone and highlight. The next award is for a member of the MWF community, who week on week beats his pile of plastic shame into submission. During 2021, he has completed over 130 fantastically painted miniatures, much to the chagrin of the rest of the community. It cannot be denied, second year running, he is a mini painting machine. Congratulations, Lawnor! Thanks to Reaper Miniatures for sponsoring this award, you'll receive 2 random packs of their Master Series paint triads, perfect sets of shadow, midtone and highlight. Our next judge is a Scale Model Challenge award-winning miniature painter, whose painting journey serves as an inspiration to us all. Her attention to detail and precision with a brush is truly awe-inspiring, and it was a delight when she joined me on the channel to share with us her amazing portfolio of miniatures.
Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day. My name is Maarten Giesbus, also known as Magie from Magie Miniature Painting. I would like to thank Monkeys with Fire for hosting this contest and for inviting me as a guest judge. I've been painting miniatures for about 14 years, focusing mainly on display painting. You can follow my painting journey on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram under McGee Miniature Painting or @McGee Miniatures. You can also find tutorials and step-by-steps on my website mcgeeminiatures.com. I had the honor to judge the category Miniature Base under 50 mm. For judging, I used the following criteria. 1. Storytelling. Does the base convince us to tell the story/setting of a miniature? 2. Technicality. How well is the base made and painted? 3. Aesthetics. Does the base look good in combination with the miniature, both in composition and in overall looks? So here it goes. The nominees for Best Miniature Base under 50 mm are Burnett Vigil by Emberden, Koala by Joshua Lay, The Witch King by Perry's Mini Struggles, and Oracle of Doom by Super Sarah 1313. And the winner is The Witch King by Perry's Mini Struggles. Congratulations, Perry, for winning this category. And congratulations to all the other entrants for your lovely paint jobs. I hope you all have a great show. Bye bye!
Congratulations, Perry! Thanks to Reaper Miniatures for sponsoring this award, you'll receive 2 random packs of their Master Series paint triads. Perfect sets of shadow, midtone and highlight. The category for Best Fantasy Miniature 54-75mm is sponsored by a creator of outstanding metal and resin characters from across history and legend. Recognized worldwide for their intricately detailed busts and miniatures, they boast an impressive range of paints and accessories, all of which helps bring your miniatures to life.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Jose Mendez from Scale 75. Welcome to the Magma Awards. I want to thank Monkeys with Fire for this opportunity to judge the awards, and I want to thank you all for your participation too. Scale 75 is a company from Spain. We are focused in the production of paints, models, games, books. You will know us for the recent Kickstarter campaigns. If you want to know more about our products, please visit our website at scale75.com. Now about the category we're going to judge. It is the Fantasy Single Miniature, 54-72mm. For the works we have received, we are not going to judge only the final look of the model. We want to value also the smoothness, the knowledge of the lights, and all the details that you have done. So, good luck. We are going to nominate. The 4 nominees to the Fantasy Single Miniature Model 5472 are Super Sarah 1313 with Nadia the Great Hunter, a model from RN Studio. The second is Chris M, also with Nadia the Great Hunter, RN Studio. The third is Milo Milosevic for his Dwarf Shield Maiden from Black Crown Miniatures. And the fourth is Rancid Bob for Halfland, print and paint miniatures. Now the final moment, and the winner is Milo Milosevic for the Dwarf Shield Maiden Black Crow Miniatures. Congratulations!
Congratulations, Milo! Thanks to Scale 75, you will receive a €75 voucher for use at their online store, where you'll find your next award-winning miniature. The Open Competition category is sponsored by a company that strives to make painting easier and more enjoyable, encouraging painters to try more advanced techniques in hobbying using quality, long-lasting tools. They were the company that first introduced me to a wet palette and revolutionized my way of painting.
Hello, my name's James and I am the Community Manager for Redgrass Games. You may have heard of us as the Swiss-based hobby company that designs and manufactures things like painting handles, wet palettes and brushes. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and our website redgrassgames.com. So Monkeys with Fire asked me if I would judge the open competition. Now there's huge scope for what you could enter into this category, so it was a really tough time for me to try and pick something that really stood out. So in terms of judging criteria, I was looking for something that was novel, something that really kind of pushed technical expertise, but also I wanted to reward effort and inventiveness. So that was the kind of things I was thinking about when judging this category, and there were so many solid entries. But in the end, I had to narrow it down to 4 nominees and 1 winner. Okay, so without much further ado, my 4 nominees. Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Core by Chris M, using Gale Force minis. Ragecraft Studios' Oracle of Doom, painted by Super Sarah. Robot Rocket Miniature Koala, painted by Joshua Lai. Paint Labs Kiki, the model from Nico Galaxy. Just thinking about these miniatures, I thought all of them display very different qualities, but they were all very standout in the sense that they were novel and inventive, and they clearly put a lot of effort in. And so I would just like to congratulate Paint Lab for their winning entry of Kiki, the model from Nico Galaxy. Overall, really impressed with that. And so of all the nominees, I felt like that one perhaps best captured the spirit of the category and was both a great combination of technical expertise, but also effort and inventiveness. So just allow me to say congratulations once again to Paint Lab for their wonderful bust, Kiki by Nico Galaxy Miniatures.
Congratulations, Paint Lab Tofuti! Thanks to Redgrass Games, you'll receive a Studio XL Complete Pack Wet Palette, the RGG 360 Miniature Holder plus 4 Caps Bundle Pack, and a set of Redgrass Games brushes in size 2, 00 and dry. In the days of the old painting masters of Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael and Donatello, securing a wealthy patron meant a roof over your head, paints on your palette and a pizza delivery dude on fast dial. This award is to support a member of the MWF community, an up-and-coming miniature painter who has shown great imagination, painting development and personal maturity during the community challenges. Congratulations, the boy TM. I reached out to Instar, who were only too happy to support a young artist at the start of their miniature painting journey. Instar is very generously providing an entire paint range, access to a multitude of hues that would make any painting master green with envy. Well done. The award of Best Fantasy Miniature 28-32mm is being judged by a painter who is synonymous with miniature painting tutorials. For over 10 years, he has been teaching us grim dark techniques and telling us to thin our paints. I am deeply honoured that he joins us here this evening.
Hello, my name's Duncan Rhodes, and along with my friend Roger, we run the Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy, which is a website dedicated to making painting tutorial videos that can teach you how to paint your Wargames miniatures. Now, we've been doing this together for a long time, well over 10 years, and nowadays are doing it independently, and you can check us out either on our YouTube channel, which is Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy, or you can see our website, which is full of a lot of painting tutorial videos over at duncanrhodes.com. The category we're looking at here is the Best Fantasy 28mm Miniature, and with this we are of course looking for something that's neatly painted, but also through use of technique and also colour selection we're looking for something that really evokes the atmosphere of the world in which it's set, and these 4 nominees certainly do that. And the nominees for the Best Fantasy Miniature are Alina Magic Dancer by Nighthawk. Then we have Glissette Dread Pageant by Seb Paints. Next up we have Leppy the Leprechaun by Super Sarah. And finally a Stormcast Eternal by Edo Paints Miniatures. And the winner for the Best Fantasy Miniature is Alina Magic Dancer by Nighthawk, which is an absolutely fantastic paint job on the miniature. The skin tone blending is wonderful and the fire effects are fantastic too, including the subtle use of object source lighting which makes the miniature absolutely beautiful. So well done Nighthawk, a well-deserved winner.
Congratulations Nighthawk! Thanks to Reaper Miniatures for sponsoring this award, you'll receive 2 random packs of their Master Series paint triads. Perfect sets of shadow, midtone, and highlight. To judge the award of Best Scene Duel Diorama, I called upon a fellow Twitch streamer who took part in one of this year's MWF Community Challenge projects. It was a great experience to watch such a talented and experienced painter tackle the challenge that the community and I were also working on.
Hi there and welcome. My name is Genuine Vision. I'm a watercolourist and miniature painter from Ireland. I started painting miniatures and doing scale models at first. I was very, very young. It was a hobby my father got me into. And I got back into it 6 or 7 years ago and started painting full time. I paint most scales, 30mm and above, and busts as well. As well as commission painting, I also like to stream miniature painting on Twitch 4 times a week, where the viewers go through different techniques, workups, palettes on different models and faces as well. Most of my socials, they're all at Genuine Vision, dead easy to find. I will be judging for Scene, Duel, or Diorama. This is a category which is pretty close favorite of mine. I love to do vignettes, small scenes, or dioramas with the miniatures. I was absolutely thrilled to be asked to judge for this category. First and foremost, as this is basically a scenic or diorama type category, I was looking for narrative. I want to see a story. I want to look at the entrant and a story start to formulate in my mind that is suggested by the work that they've done. Other things I was looking for, of course, was the blending of the miniatures to the background. The miniatures look like they belong there. They are involved in the background complements them and frames them. I also wanted to see an overall environmental blend. So those are the things that I was looking for when I was judging the different entrants, of which there were some fantastic entries, really beautifully done. So without any further ado, let's have a look at our 4 finalists. First of all, Bonnie, painted by Rob the Banks. And our second finalist was Plague Doctor, painted by Michelle Gazzini. The Guns and Gals Saloon, painted by Super Sarah 1313. And our fourth nominee is The Disarmed, painted by Miniature Painter 01. So congratulations to everybody who made it through to the finalists. Really amazing entries. Category of Scene, Diorama, or Duel goes to Bonnie by Rob the Banks. This really was a moment in time. Also in the painting of the miniatures, there's a lot of different textures used. Palettes were really well considered, thought out, and executed. Congratulations, Rob the Banks. Your piece was very worthy. Excellent job.
Congratulations, Rob the Banks! Thanks to Reaper Miniatures for sponsoring this award, you will receive 2 random packs of their Master Series paint triads, perfect sets of shadow, midtone, and you know the rest. The category of Best Sci-Fi Miniature 28-32mm is sponsored by a publisher of a skirmish tabletop miniatures game where brave heroes and villains risk the dangers of the wilds for glorious riches and ancient technology. Did I mention it also features ferocious dinosaurs?
Hello and welcome to the Monkeys with Fire Magma Fist Awards 2021. This is the Sci-Fi Single Miniatures category, and I am James Baldwin, the director of Olmec Games, the publisher of the Drowned Earth Miniatures game, an alternate science fiction miniatures game in a world of dinosaur-infested jungles and ancient technology. It's a game of dynamic movement, cinematic gameplay, emergent narrative, where risk versus reward decisions must be weighed carefully to achieve victory. If that sounds interesting, you can find out more on www.thedrownedearth.com. You can also find us on facebook.com/thedrownedearth or instagram.com/thedrownedearth. So, as I've already mentioned, this is the Sci-Fi Single Miniatures category, 28 to 32mm scale. I judge this based on the quality of the overall effect. Of course, the quality of paint job is very important, perhaps the most important thing. But I also judged on the basis of the artistic vision itself and how effectively that artistic vision had been created and brought across. I also thought about any special techniques which had been used, especially particularly difficult techniques. Finally, I did take basing into account. I tried not to value display bases over wargaming bases, but instead just thought about the quality of basing and the suitability of the basing for the model and the artistic vision. Okay, and now we are on to the nominees. And the first nominee is Space Marine Blade Guard Veteran, a Games Workshop model painted by Seb Paints. The second nominee is Arcade Yukari by Geek Gaspacho and painted by Nighthawk. The third nominee is Ahoka Tano by Raphael 3D and painted by Arcus84. And the fourth and last nominee is May by RN Studio by Super Sarah 1313. And now on to the winner. So the winner of the single science fiction miniature category is Nighthawk with Arcade Yukari. Congratulations, Nighthawk. I have to say it was a difficult decision picking out 4 nominees. This model stood head and shoulders above the competition, a really impressive and beautiful paint job.
Congratulations, Nighthawk! Thanks to Olmec Games, you'll receive one of each mounted faction leader from the Drowned Earth Miniatures game. Militar Leader Forek, Artificer Leader Nyx, Leader of the Firm Kaneda, and Bondsman Leader Akara. The category of Best Bust is being generously sponsored by a favourite destination for painters and collectors who are looking for something a bit different. Mr. Lee's Minis is a UK boutique store of alternative, high-quality models, sporting a fantastic portfolio from an impressive lineup of renowned artists and studios. Kyle, the owner of Mr. Lee's Minis, is unfortunately not able to join us this evening, and so I have the pleasure of announcing the nominees and winner on his behalf. And so the nominees for Best Bust are as follows. Druid, painted by Joshua Lai. Mare Soa by Jinxed Art. Native American by Arcus84. and Yasa by Will Paints. And the winner is Yasa from Kensho Miniatures, wonderfully painted by Will Paints. Kyle commented that he was impressed with the smoothness of the overall painting, and yet the model still had texture throughout. The contrast of matte elements to non-metallic metals was lovely, and the OSL from above really worked nicely on the piece. Congratulations, Will Paints! Thanks to Mr. Lee's Minis, you will receive a £50 voucher for printing works via their Etsy store. The next award is sponsored by a creator of a highly detailed sci-fi setting that encompasses skirmish tabletop war games, a dungeon crawler, and a MOBA-styled sports game. Using highly detailed 28mm sci-fi themed miniatures, each game recreates a specific aspect of combat across the human sphere, whether it's direct action operations behind enemy lines or within the Hexadome to the applause of an ecstatic crowd.
Hello and welcome, this is Carlos from Corvus Belli. This is a miniature company based in Spain. We make some of the best sci-fi metal figures in the world. Okay, we have games like Infinity or Aristeia, and also Kickstarters like Defiance and Tag Wraith, and more stuff that will happen in the future. To know more about us, visit at infinitytheuniverse.com, and let me say hi to all of you from here. Hi. We are glad to participate in these MWF Community Awards. We are going to judge here on the Infinity/Aristeia category. Okay, we have been looking at all the participants and all the entries, and we are very impressed by the level. And we thank you so much for this community effort into making such an event of this. Okay, so we base our judgment about the miniatures, especially on color scheme, basing, ideas added to the miniature, and also pure technique and pure sharpness on the execution. Okay. And the nominees are Sansi Infantry from Super Sara 1313, Gata Filibusteira from Arcus 84, Janho Invincible from Painlab 240, Seraph from Nighthawk, and now we will reveal the award winner. Due to excellent execution, clean and sharpness in the brushing technique, color scheme, and also very good ideas in the basing. The winner is Gata Filibusteira from Arcus 84. Congratulations! The prize is for you, and the most sincere congratulations from Corvus Belli.
Congratulations, Arcus84! Thanks to Corvus Belli, you'll receive a €100 voucher for use at their online store. Let's join Carlos for a final word.
Thank you so much for participating in this community award. Okay, thank you so much for allowing us also to interact with each other, have this human connection through the screen. Okay, thank you so much for enjoying painting our miniatures and keeping the attention in the future for more stuff coming from this company. Thank you so much. Bye.
A firm, peachy favourite of last year's awards was the Best Miniature Booty category. This category is for any single miniature, male, female, androgynous humanoid, creature, monster, mechanoid, mystical entity. We'll have no discrimination during these awards. We're not the Golden Globes after all. Our special guest judge has scrutinised posteriors of all shapes and sizes. Over to you, Pascal.
One of the more popular catchphrases I used during my times with Monkeys with Fire must certainly be, "It's all about the spheres." It's no wonder that I should be judging this next category where it is all about the spheres. This next category is Best Miniature Booty. I've been looking for that entry that has best captured the lusciousness and the voluptuousness and the spherical shapes of that piece of the miniature, the rear end that we call the booty. The nominees for Best Miniature Booty are Arcus with Lord of Lust, Super Sarah with May, Nighthawk with Mirai, and Origek Miniatures with Nimue. And the winner for Best Miniature Booty is Nighthawk with the voluptuous, really luscious, and really gorgeously painted rear end of Mirai. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Nighthawk! It was inevitable that a model titled Assassin would win the Best Booty category. Thanks to Reaper Miniatures for sponsoring this award, you'll receive 2 random packs of their Master Series paint triads. Perfect sets of shadow, midtone, and highlight. The journey of a miniature painter is to continually learn new techniques that can be deployed to a project in order to realize their creative vision. Some techniques are quick and easy to master, while others take time and patience, with many perceived failings along the way. I'm looking at you, non-metallic metals. The category of Best Technical Painting is a focus on an entrant's ability to masterfully use the techniques they have learnt.
Technical painting criteria, a little bit more specific. I'm looking at the techniques specifically that have been deployed, how crisp, how clean, how much effort went into them, and of course, contrast. Here, I am a lot more willing to suspend some of my stylistic biases, but ultimately, if something has contrast and something doesn't, and they're both very well executed, I'm going to lean toward contrast. Again, it's my objective rule. Our nominees are as follow, with a few of the usual suspects. Ito paints miniatures with the Orc Pirate brush from Print and Paint, deploying some beautiful OSL and moonlit water reflections. Nighthawk with the Reconnect CA Sculpt Robot Rocket Miniatures. Arcus 84 with the Ramael 3Ds of Sand. And Paint Lab Tofuti with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Eastman 3D design with a cartoon style. Your winner is Nighthawk. Nighthawk is killing it. This Reconnect CA Sculpt Robot Rocket Miniatures bust had non-metal metallic deployed in it in a incredibly sharp, crisp way, with also some nice gleaming soft blends. But again, saturation was on point. Contrast was crisp. As I went through these again, it was tough, right? The pirate orc bust, man, the airbrushing was sick. I'm assuming it was airbrushing, which I love. The moonlit water reflections was captivating. The Ramael from Arcus was crisp and clean. And I did love the cartoon style that Paint Lab Tofuti submitted for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but I felt like it wasn't enough. It was mostly centered on the face and the chest, and it kind of lost the image on some of the harder, softer flat surfaces. But I still thought it was a very ambitious paint job. All the nominees, all the entries were killing it, but Nighthawk brought the insane contrast, not just through the value game, but through the juxtaposition of his selection in his hues. Very, very cool, very futuristic. It felt so powerful. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Nighthawk. Thanks to Reaper Miniatures for sponsoring this award, you'll receive 2 random packs of their Master Series paint triads. Perfect sets of shadow, midtone, and highlight. The Magma Fist Awards take several months of preparation, organisation, and content production, all culminating in this evening's celebration. There are elements to tonight's show that are simply not available free of charge, and so it is by the gracious donations of the MWF community that those elements could be purchased. Thank you to those who donated and helped make this evening possible. This award acknowledges 2 members of the Monkeys with Fire community whose overwhelming generosity supports the channel to the benefit of the entire community. Congratulations, Roger and Paranoid Spectre. You will each receive a special box, the contents within specifically chosen for you that I hope will bring you fun and challenges during the new year. On behalf of the channel, thank you for your generous support. As we near the end of tonight's celebration, I am sure that you'll share my opinion in that the quality of entries this year has been truly fantastic. As mentioned previously, the judges have found it a difficult task to choose their category nominees and winners. The People's Choice Award is your chance as entrants to judge your peers and select the winner amongst you. The nominees for the People's Choice Award are as follows. Gatta, painted by Arcus84. Koala by Joshua Lai. Kiki by Paint Lab Tofudi. And Dwarf Shield Maiden by Milo Milosevic. And the winner is Kiki from Nico Galaxy Miniatures, wonderfully painted by Paint Lab Tofudi. Congratulations, Paint Lab Tofudi! Thanks to Reaper Miniatures for sponsoring this award, you'll receive 2 random packs of their Master Series paint triads, perfect sets of Shadow, Midtone, and Highlight. And with the final category presented, it is fitting that we finish this evening as we started.
In conclusion, the hobby grew today. The pictures I got to see were fully a joy to observe. Congratulations to everybody who held down hobby this week, this month, today, 15 minutes in between tasks. You guys are very inspirational, and it was an honor to be a part of this.
Whoa! Stop getting out of your seats! Surely you've watched enough Marvel movies by now to know that the best bits happen once the actual movie finishes. The MWF Community Champion is a special award for someone who has championed the channel throughout the year. A highlight for me each week is the channel's Friday evening tabletop games night, where we experience a different game each week. Throughout 2021, we have created rail networks, solved puzzles and crimes, cast magic spells, played cards and rolled dice badly. This award goes to a person who joins me nearly every week, the channel's awesome tabletop gaming co-host. Congratulations, Super Sarah! You'll receive a special box, the contents within chosen especially for you, specifically all of the games that you've beaten me at. Tonight's awards have been judged by our special guest presenters and sponsors. The MWF Community Most Improved Painter Award is the only category that I have personally judged. Throughout the year, I have the pleasure of presenting the Community Gallery, an opportunity to view the miniatures painted by the community. The winner of this award is someone who has made a noticeable painting improvement, and who wholly embraced the concept of the Community Challenge, sharing their progress at every stage. Congratulations, Chris M. Thanks to Corvus Belli, you'll receive a €50 voucher for use at their online store. During 2021, the channel invited viewers to take part in the MWF Community Challenge, an opportunity to paint a fantastic model each month alongside their peers. Over the course of the year, the community has painted miniatures of different themes, scales, and complexities. Unknown to the participants, every miniature painted and completed as part of the MWF Community Challenge has been entered into this category. With over 70 models to view, this category's judge has whittled the entrance down to 4 nominees and 1 winner.
In this category, what we're looking for is the Community Challenge hero. So someone who's been taking part in the community challenges and really been pushing themselves and developing their skills and basically just having a lot of fun painting a miniature with some great colours, with lots of neatness and, of course, many thin coats. And the 4 nominees for the Community Challenge hero are... First, we have Bonetta Vigil by Chris M. Then we have Nadia the Great Hunter by Rob the Banks. Next, we have Walrus Man, also by Chris M. And then finally, we have Alexandra by Super Sarah. And the winner of the Community Challenge hero is... Alexandra by Super Sarah, because Super Sarah has shown real advancement throughout all the Community Challenge, with each entry being better than the last, and this one really tops it off with a beautiful diorama set around the miniature. So well done, Super Sarah. I absolutely love it.
Congratulations, Super Sarah 1313. And for the final time, thanks to Reaper Miniatures for sponsoring this award, you'll receive 2 random packs of their Master Series paint triads, perfect sets of Shadow, Midtone, and Highlight. And so we come to the end of this evening's Magma Fist Awards 2021. Congratulations to all of the entrants, nominees and winners. Your miniature painting achievements this year were outstanding. I would like to thank tonight's sponsors, 3D Art Digital, Corvus Belli, Instar, Olmec Games, Mr. Lee's Minis, Reaper Miniatures, Redgrass Games, and Scale 75 for graciously providing award prizes and presenting their respective categories. Please also consider checking out their online stores for your next award-winning project. Also, a huge thank you to our special guest judges, Kenny, Marta, Jan, Pascal, and Duncan, for judging and presenting their awards. All of our judges and sponsors gave their time freely, helping to make this evening a truly special event. It only leaves me to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy, creative, and productive new year. But until 2022, bye for now.